So the camera's there.
And we are back with the Chips and Salsa Show. Thank you for being here. We're here every Tuesday at 4 p.m. You can go to the Central City Radio app or watch us on Facebook. But, we're going to talk about that too. Social media is not being very nice to conservatives. I'm Alice Lara here with
Don Jorge.
Our special guest today is Valerie Roller. I like to call her Motorcycle Mama because she drives a really cool bike. And she's here to tell us about the Second Amendment rally on February 20th. We talked about that. It's at the Capitol.
The state Capitol. Mm-hmm.
Julian is going to put the website on there for you. But in case you want that again, it's the number 2, ND, like second, Amendment Rally, az.com. You can get all the information and you can contact her to buy tickets or just
any writer's member. Yeah. And then also too, there's a vendor section on the website. If you are a vendor and want to get a table at the event, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be awesome. And I was just saying over the break, I have yet to make it to one. Something every year has come up, but this year I'm determined I will be there.
So what time should I pick you up?
I know. Maybe I should have you pick me up. That's a great idea.
You can ride bitch with me.
That's a great.
I was there about 3 years
That'd
ago.
Be fun.
I believe it was around 3 years ago. And it was really good. A lot of good speakers. And now it's morphed since then. It's gotten much bigger. Yeah. And I haven't been to the last 2, but I will be at this one. So come, you will see probably a table. We might even be broadcasting our YouTube video from there. I don't know. We're making arrangements, so we'll see what happens.
We'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah. All gun-loving Americans that believe in our Constitution are welcome.
Yeah, don't miss it, seriously. And what we wanted to talk about, just we were doing this on the break, we were talking about recent events here at our USA Capitol. And, we're getting cut off on a lot of things. I know that our audience follows politics. So Parler now, all of a sudden, unless you've been under a rock, it's bad enough that they took it out of the App Store. But then they decided that's not enough. You know what? We're going to get the servers, and you can't use the servers either. They cut the contract with the servers.
What does that mean?
So they can't even be online. If you don't have a server, you can't be online.
Anyone that's not paying attention doesn't realize this is standard tactics. They're taking over. They're controlling what we hear. It's propaganda. It's brainwashing.
Socialist.
Absolutely.
Communist.
This is standard. Go read, what is it? The Funny Farm. No, something.
With the pig. Charlotte's Web.
What
is it? Charlotte? No, what is it? Not Charlotte's Web.
No.
Things for radicals.
Oh, we can't think of the name. You guys know it out there.
Yeah,
it's about the pigs are really smart. It's all about communism.
It is. And it's like the very first communist society in the state in the New World was the Mayflower, people that came here. They almost starved to death because they were doing it collectively. Well, what happens is human nature is lazy. You're going to do the least amount. And so you have those that are really out there working hard and they get nothing. And the ones that don't do anything get the same amount. That's just ridiculous.
It's not America, you guys. And little by little, they're coming after. Well, they're using the president, our president. They're coming after him, but really it's after us. They don't like
They want our voices. They want our voices silenced. They don't want to hear opposing views because it doesn't meet their narrative. Communism and communists are extremely patient. This has been a long game for them. This is not something that happened overnight. Most people don't realize, but during the Cuban Missile Crisis, one of the things that Russia got, the USSR got, was
Animal Farm, right?
Animal Farm.
Okay, sorry.
Was a promise from the United States that we would never invade Cuba. That was one of the things that they got. They were trying the long game. Mm-hmm. They're very patient. And if you ever look up the agenda and some of the other things, when you educate yourself, you'll scare yourself silly.
It is frightening. The good thing is, and we're going to give a whole enchilada to Parler, or Parlay, however you say it, because they are suing Amazon. They're suing Amazon. So they're not taking this line down. I saw him. He was interviewed on Newsmax last night. I think it was with Greg Kelly. I can't remember. But he said, we're down now, but we're going to try to come back.
Yeah, I
and
think
that's all we can do.
Dan
Bongino.
Dan Bongino. He's on Parler, of course. And he's one of the main people in Parler that they have stake in Parler, and they're suing a bunch of people that have violated their contractual.
Yeah, I mean, how could they do that? Because
Yeah.
they have contracts with them.
He's saying that
That's how bold they are.
Yeah.
Well, it's just this is all about control and controlling the narrative and controlling the information that the public is getting. It's like the face masks. And yes, I believe there's COVID. I believe there's a problem. Face masks do nothing unless they're the N51s or whatever. They don't do anything. You go into a restaurant, you have to wear a mask from the door to the table. Then you can take off your mask. That's like having a no peeing zone in the swimming pool. Come on. But people are just marching right along with it. Part of this is conditioning. They're teaching us to do what they say, and not me. I'm standing up and saying, hell no.
I don't think I posted this. Someone sent this to me, but it was a story and it talked about Stalin. And it said that Stalin went and got a live chicken and like plucked all its feathers out like a bleeding chicken. And, the poor thing, bird had nothing. And then he put like a few grains or seeds down, and the chicken came after him and still followed him. And the message was, see, even the stupid chicken, he'll come after you even if you have a little bit of food.
Look at what happened to Venezuela. It was one of the richest countries in South America.
Yeah.
And now their people are starving to death.
Their money is worthless. It's in the street. They just throw the money in the street. The dollar is worthless over there. Their dollars are worthless. So it's like I saw money scattered in the street going down the gutter because they can't do nothing with their money. It's worthless.
It is so serious. We can't state it enough. And that's why this show, they started doing it to our show a long time ago on Facebook and other deals. They didn't like conservative ideas. I remember we had Jesse Romero on one time. We were talking about pro-life issues, and evidently didn't like what he was saying. So, I mean, they could cause conspiracy theorists. Oh, no, that was just a technical flaw. But it just happens too much. And I've told the story. We were averaging, like, I think the last time we had you on, we were averaging about 1,000 views on our show. And now, we have to fight to get just a few hundred if we go through conventional social media. So now we need to look at the other ones, like the MeWe. I think I'm on MeWe, but I still don't know how to navigate it yet. Rumble is the alternative to.
We've actually, Writers has had that debate about whether we stay on Facebook or if we use other. And the whole thing is we could go to Parler, we could go to MeWe, all of that, but aren't we preaching to the choir?
Well, that's the thing. You have to stay on all of them, I think.
We need to stay on all of them because part of our mission statement with Writers USA is to educate people about what's going on. And if nothing else, there's two things that I recommend: that you educate yourself about the Constitution, what your rights are, because if you don't know what your rights are, you're going to lose them because you don't know what to fight for. The second thing is be prepared. Have enough food in your house that you can feed your family for a month.
And you should always, we should always do that.
Yep, absolutely.
It should always be that.
I want to share one other thing that I learned the hard way. I of course, love firearms. I believe strongly in our Second Amendment. I learned the hard way. Make sure that you have all of the serial numbers for your firearms. Don't say, I'm going to do it tomorrow or I'm going to do it next week. Make sure you do have it. Take a picture. That's all you have to do. Take a picture of the serial number, because I was ripped off and I did not have all the serial numbers. And
they did not cover your
They covered firearms up to, it was like $2,000 or $3,000.
Oh.
But George had some firearms that were highly collectible.
I'm sure you had some really nice ones.
His thing was how do you know if you don't have enough guns? The answer was, if you know how many you've got.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's a very good lesson. I want to run down the list real quick of the whole enchiladas and the cocotazos. Shall we do this? Okay. So we already got the whole enchilada. We give it to Parler, and we give the cocotazo to Amazon. Okay. Vernon Jones, Democrat turned Republican. I want to give him a whole enchilada. Missouri is the first abortion-free state. There are no abortion facilities in the state of Missouri. Da, 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 da. And there's a gentleman, Harlan Z. Hill, and Fox banned him. I guess he was a contributor, commentator, because he had a tweet about Queen Kamala. So I wanted to just give him a whole enchilada. You can find this stuff on our Facebook site. And, of course, big cocotazos to Queen Pelosi. and her pendejos impeachment article.
Piglossy?
You know, they're bound and determined to do that. Bound and determined.
They think the general public is stupid.
That's right.
You're right.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that, oh, that name looks familiar, I'm going to vote for them. Or I saw their sign on the corner. You know, one thing to remember when you're voting and you see signs on the corner, ask yourself, who paid for that sign?
That's right.
You know, you see thousands of signs, somebody paid for that. Somebody paid for that.
And of course, the storming the Capitol. My goodness gracious, I've been getting so many videos. You probably have too, George, and you, Valerie. Mm-hmm. And what I'm telling people is when you get them, you might want to save them if you can, download them, because those are getting scrubbed. It seems like as quick as they're coming in, they're getting scrubbed. There was a wonderful call today at the very end of Rush Limbaugh. Did you hear the very end? There was a woman who called in who was there. And she talked about how she was there. And when these people started storming, there were a lot of people saying, don't do it. And they were trying to prevent them from going in there and doing this craziness. You know, that's that we're touching the surface. You know that I am just touching the surface here.
But there was 1 million people there. And there was less than 100 people that stormed. So we're looking at less than 1%.
And the thing is, there were police officers at the Capitol that actually participated in this, and
they couldn't have gotten in without inside help.
Yeah, you're the security guy.
Couldn't help it.
And so they're being investigated by the FBI and other law enforcement agencies. I think some of them have already been charged, and then they're looking at some other ones. So it's very, very, maybe the truth will come out someday. We hope it will, because Republicans, conservatives do not act that way.
No.
So
you just, you know, from the very first time, the first video I saw, and I was looking at them like, nah, I don't think those aren't your Republicans.
There's been several videos of people coming forward and saying, I was there. I was paid to do it. I was paid to pretend to be.
I haven't seen that yet, but I don't doubt you.
And the thing is, if they participated and they were Republicans or conservatives, then they should be punished. Nobody is above the law when it comes to going into the chambers and vandalizing the chambers. Peaceful protest is one thing. Outside protest is one thing, but violating our sanctity in the chambers, that's uncalled for. So those people should be prosecuted. And if they were Republicans and conservatives, I think they should be prosecuted. But I don't think a lot of them were. So we'll find out.
Have you seen the video? And there's buses. They have some buses that are being unloaded. I mean, oh my goodness gracious!
There's so many things that you know. There's so many tactics they use to try and drown out our voice. There really is. And it's just sad.
I like your point that you made, though, because like even though maybe Facebook is not our friend, it's necessary to be on Facebook. It's necessary, I think, go ahead and if you can stay on there, stay on there. Maybe you're not quite as active, but at least you have a voice. And we're down to 1 minute. But I am going to try to navigate us over to Rumble and also to the MeWe. We're going to try to set up a face page there. So please just keep looking and we'll keep you posted and all that. Okay, Valerie, I want to give you 30 seconds, whatever you want to say, and you can hang out with us for Serio if you'd like.
I'd be more than happy to. So it's family-friendly event at the Celebrate and Protect Our Second Amendment. Come on down. If you can come down for an hour, you can come down for a couple hours. By all means, come down and join us. I'll be there. Writers USA, and you know, our rights shall not be infringed. And one request that I have for all of you is please, please, please pray for our country. Pray for our elected officials to do what constitutionally they should be doing. And God hope that we save this republic.
Yes, restore the republic. Thank you, Valerie, so much. You're probably going to hang around with us for the rest of the show. But please hang on. We'll be right back with Sergio Arellano for AZGOP chairman. Don't go away.